Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us in another story from long ago. Tell me, where are you listening from? And what time is it right now? Comment below and let us know. Tonight, we slip behind the silk curtain of a pharaoh's harem to become an Egyptian concubine. Feel the desert heat fade as you step onto cool alabaster floors. Breathe in the scent of lotus and myrrh drifting from ornate urns, and listen to distant temple bells echo through marble halls. Close your eyes and let the palace's hush carry you across 3,000 years of secrets. In the hushed chambers of ancient Egypt, where time flows like the gentle Nile, a world of silk and secrets unfolds. The air is heavy with the scent of lotus and myrrh. A fragrant veil, it shrouds the lives of those chosen for grace. Listen closely, and you might hear the distant echo of temple bells, carried on the warm desert breeze. As dawn breaks over the sprawling palace complex, golden rays paint the sky in hues of amber and rose. In the quiet courtyards, young women emerge from their quarters, their steps light as gazelles. These are the chosen ones, plucked like rare blossoms from village gardens, their beauty and poise destined for a life behind the silk curtain. Carried aloft on gilded palanquins, their delicate forms swaying gently with each step of the bearers. The selected girls make their way through winding corridors. The soft rustle of their linen garments mingles with the tinkling of gold anklets, a melody of privilege and expectation. Their eyes, lined with kohl, gaze out at a world both familiar and strange, a realm of opulence and intrigue that will soon become their own. In secluded gardens, hidden from the scorching sun, rose-scented pools await. The chosen girls descend into the cool waters, their skin glistening like polished alabaster. Attendants stand ready with fine cloths and fragrant oils, their hands skilled in the art of pampering and preparation. The ritual cleansing is more than mere bathing. It is a transformation, washing away the dust of common life and anointing these young women for their exalted roles. As the sun climbs higher, casting shorter shadows across the mosaic floors, the daily rituals continue. Linen tunics, so fine they seem to float on the air, are brought forth. Each morning, a fresh garment is donned, a symbol of renewal and purity. Skilled hands weave flowers into dark tresses, adorn wrists with bands of gold and lapis lazuli, and trace delicate patterns of henna upon palms and feet. In the heart of the palace complex, beyond the sleeping quarters and bathing pools, lie the artisan workshops. Here, the air is thick with the heady aroma of 1,000 blooms. In great copper cauldrons, rose petals simmer and jasmine blossoms steep, their essence captured in golden oils. These precious distillations will anoint the skin of pharaohs and grace the altars of the gods. Perfumers, their fingers stained with saffron and indigo, bend over their work with the concentration of alchemists. They whisper ancient formulas, passed down through generations, as they blend and mix, creating scents to entice and enchant. The chosen girls watch and learn, for knowledge of these aromatic arts is as valuable as any jewel in the treasure houses of Egypt. As the day wanes and the heat begins to fade, the palace comes alive with a different energy. Torches are lit, casting flickering shadows on painted walls. The air grows cooler, carrying the promise of night's embrace. In secluded chambers, the chosen ones prepare for evening rituals, their bodies adorned with oils and unguents, their minds schooled in the arts of conversation and seduction. The sound of harps and flutes drifts through the corridors, a prelude to the night's entertainment. In great halls, where the ceiling seems to touch the stars themselves. Feasts are laid out on tables of cedar and ebony. The chosen girls take their places, poised and graceful, ready to serve and to charm. Their laughter, like the tinkling of silver bells, mingles with the deeper tones of courtiers and nobles. As the moon rises, casting its silvery light across the sleeping city, the world behind the silk curtain grows still. In their private quarters, the chosen ones retire, their day of rituals and preparation complete. They lie on beds of linen and down, dreaming perhaps of the lives they left behind, or of the futures that stretch before them like the endless sands of the desert. In this world of luxury and constraint, of power and submission, the chosen girls find their place. They are the living embodiments of beauty and grace, their every gesture a carefully choreographed dance. Their lives, like the lotus blossoms that float on sacred pools, are both exquisite and ephemeral, cherished for their fleeting perfection. As night deepens and even the palace guards grow drowsy at their posts, the silk curtains rustle softly in the breeze. Behind them, in rooms scented with night-blooming jasmine, the chosen ones sleep. They rest in the knowledge that with the first light of dawn, the cycle will begin anew. Another day of rituals and preparation, of service and seduction, awaits them in this hidden world of the Egyptian concubine. And so, as the stars wheel overhead and the Nile flows ever onward, the secrets behind the silk curtain remain. The lives of these chosen women, at once exalted and constrained, continue in their delicate balance. They are the unseen heart of the empire, their influence felt in whispers and glances, in the subtle play of power that shapes the destiny of nations. As we draw back from this glimpse into a world long past, the scent of lotus and myrrh lingers in our senses. The echo of temple bells fades, and the vision of gilded palanquins and rose-scented pools dissolves like mist in the morning sun. Yet the essence remains, a testament to the enduring allure of beauty and the complex tapestry of human desire. In the end, the world of the Egyptian concubine, hidden behind its silk curtain, reminds us of the eternal dance between power and grace, between duty and desire. It is a world that has long since crumbled to dust, yet it lives on in our imagination, a shimmering mirage of what once was and what might have been. As dusk settles, hidden alliances stir within moonlit gardens. Next, we'll trace secret messages and candlelit audiences where a single bow could grant power or exile. Beneath the glare of the desert sun, high atop the 200-foot tall walls of Karnak Temple, an Egyptian princess hides her face behind a sheer silk curtain. As the hot wind whips around her, she takes a deep breath and begins to chant. The air grows heavy with the scent of myrrh and lotus blossoms as she leads the priests in prayer through the smoke of burning incense. Her lithe form dances before the sanctuary of the temple, a graceful silhouette against the flickering torchlight. Then, when she finishes, the priests part before her like the Red Sea, and she passes between them to approach the entrance. There, hidden behind a wall of intricately carved stonework, a pair of piercing black eyes watches her every move. Who is this mysterious woman? What secrets lie behind the temple's towering walls? And what does the enigmatic Pharaoh Akhenaten seek from his new concubine? Join me as we travel back in time and uncover the truth behind the life of Nefertiti, the enchantress of Egypt. Our story begins in the bustling city of Thebes, where young Princess Nefertari lived a life of luxury and privilege. But her world is turned upside down when her father, the Pharaoh Akhenaten, decides to marry another woman. Furious and heartbroken, the princess flees to the sanctuary of Karnak Temple, where she is discovered by the high priestess, who takes her under her wing and teaches her the ancient rituals and ceremonies of their faith. Here, Nefertiti learns that she has a gift for leading the incense smoke prayers, where the smoke from burning incense forms into swirling clouds that carry the prayers of the faithful to the gods. With each prayer, Nefertiti feels a sense of peace and connection to the divine, but it's not enough to heal the wounds in her heart. One evening, while walking through the temple grounds, she hears a group of eunuchs whispering in hushed tones about a new arrival at the palace, a beautiful Nubian woman named Kia. Could this be the woman who had replaced her in her father's heart? Determined to find out the truth, Nefertiti sneaks into the palace and disguises herself as one of the servants. There she overhears the pharaoh and his court discussing the upcoming arrival of a delegation from the city of Byblus. They are bringing with them a rare papyrus that contains the secrets of a powerful love spell. Intrigued, Nefertiti decides to investigate. She slips out of the palace and makes her way to the royal library, where she discovers a scroll that tells the story of a legendary queen named Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut was once a humble concubine, but she used her wits and charm to become the most powerful woman in Egypt. Could this be the same fate for her? As she studies the scroll, Nefertiti begins to realize that her place is not in the shadows, but in the light. She may have been betrayed by her father, but she can still forge her own path to greatness. With newfound determination, she throws off her disguise and confronts her father, demanding to know why he has brought this strange woman into their lives. But instead of the answers she seeks, Nefertiti only finds more mystery and intrigue. The pharaoh's behavior is increasingly erratic, and his obsession with the city of Byblus and its secrets only grows stronger. Meanwhile, the whispers in the palace grow louder, and soon everyone is talking about the strange goings-on in the royal court. The eunuchs, once the pharaoh's trusted advisors, are now his prisoners, locked away in secret chambers. And even the high priestess seems to be hiding something. As Nefertiti navigates the treacherous waters of palace intrigue, she uncovers a plot that threatens to destroy everything. The pharaoh is planning to sacrifice his daughter to the gods in a desperate attempt to obtain the papyrus of love from the city of Byblus. Horrified, Nefertiti must find a way to stop her father before it's too late. But as she delves deeper into the mystery, she discovers that the pharaoh is not the only one with secrets. The high priestess, who has been guiding her since she arrived at the temple, is also involved in the plot. She reveals that she has been working with a secret society that seeks to control the pharaoh and the kingdom of Egypt. And the Nubian woman, Kia, is their latest pawn in this dangerous game. But Nefertiti is not one to be manipulated. Using her knowledge of the temple and her skills as a leader of incense smoke prayers, she evades the guards and infiltrates the inner sanctum where her father is waiting. Just as the ceremony is about to begin, she confronts the pharaoh and begs him to reconsider. But he is too far gone, consumed by his obsession with the papyrus. In a moment of desperation, she reaches out to touch him, and in that instant, something unexpected happens. The pharaoh sees in her the reflection of his own daughter, the one he had almost forgotten. He breaks down and realizes the error of his ways. Together, they escape the temple just as the guards arrive. Running through the bustling city of Thebes, they know that they are being pursued, and soon the streets are filled with the sound of chariots and the shouts of soldiers. Finally, they reach the safety of the royal palace when Nefertiti's mother, Queen Tai, is waiting. She has known about the plot against her daughter and has been waiting for the right moment to intervene. Together, they rally the support of the palace guards and put the conspirators to rest. In the aftermath, Nefertiti emerges as a hero, having saved her father and the kingdom from a terrible fate. But her victory comes at a cost. The high priestess, consumed with guilt and shame, flees the city and is never seen again. And the Nubian woman Kia is banished from Egypt, taking the secrets of the papyrus of love with her. As the sun sets over the horizon, casting long shadows across the temple grounds, a lone figure stands silhouetted against the fading light. It is Nefertiti, the enchantress of Egypt. Now that she has saved her people from the clutches of darkness, she must decide what her next move will be. Will she embrace her role as a leader, guiding her people towards a brighter future, or will she succumb to the allure of power and keep it all for herself? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Nefertiti's journey is far from over. The fate of Egypt hangs in the balance, and she is the only one who can save them. Before we wrap up today's adventure, let's take a moment to talk about the historical inspiration behind our tale. The story of Nefertiti is rooted in the fascinating history of ancient Egypt, a civilization that continues to captivate us with its rich culture and powerful pharaohs. One such pharaoh was Akhenaten, who ruled over Egypt from 1353 to 1336 BC. Akhenaten was known for his unconventional religious beliefs and his radical decision to move the empire as capital from Thebes to Amarna. His reign also saw significant changes in art and architecture, with a shift towards a more natural and realistic style. One of the most enduring mysteries surrounding Akhenaten is the identity of his wife. Traditionally, she is believed to be the famous Queen Nefertiti, whose bust is now a world-renowned artifact. However, recent discoveries have shed new light on this mystery. In 2015, a team of researchers announced that they had found evidence of a previously unknown wife of Akhenaten buried in the Valley of the Kings. While her name and identity remain a secret, this discovery has opened up exciting possibilities for Egyptologists and history enthusiasts alike. Some believe that this mysterious queen may have been the inspiration for the tales of the Enchantress of Egypt, while others see her as a completely separate figure from the legendary Nefertiti. One of the most intriguing aspects of ancient Egyptian history is the role played by women in society. From powerful queens to lesser-known figures like Kia, the Nubian concubine in our story, women's stories are an integral part of understanding this ancient civilization. Yet despite their importance, much of what we know about them comes from fragmented sources and interpretations by male historians. This lack of comprehensive records has made it difficult to separate fact from fiction, and has often led to the marginalization of women as voices in the historical narrative. However, recent archaeological discoveries and research are helping to fill in these gaps and provide a more complete picture of women as lives in ancient Egypt. For example, excavations at the site of Amarna have revealed a number of tombs and artifacts that shed light on the daily lives of ordinary women during Akhenaten's reign. These findings challenge previous assumptions about gender roles and social norms, and suggest that women enjoyed more freedom and equality than previously thought. One of the most remarkable examples of a woman as influence during this period is the royal advisor, who held a prominent position in Akhenaten's court. Her title and responsibilities provide a glimpse into the complex political and social dynamics of the time, and challenge the notion that women were confined to domestic roles. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the enchanting world of ancient Egypt. As we bring our tale to a close, I hope you have enjoyed discovering the secrets of the Enchantress of Egypt and learning more about the fascinating history of this ancient land. If you want to continue exploring the mysteries of the past, then don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, may your days be filled with sunshine and your nights with starlight.